We are back with three bets that I love for Thursday Night Football in Week 13. This week's contest is between the Seattle Seahawks and Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are 9-point home favorites with a total of 47. They're coming off of a four-game winning streak, while the Seattle Seahawks coming off of losses in 3 of 4 games. But let's dig in. My first bet that I like, probably not one that many other people are going to like, but I am really into Dak Prescott under 280.5 passing yards. Most people are going to think I'm crazy here, considering Dak has been on a heater. He's been crushing out of the bye. But I think there's a couple of reasons why this line is massively inflated beyond the market really telling us that this number is too high. He's absolutely shredded 3 secondaries who all play a top 7 rate of man coverage and routinely burn deep. He threw for 331 yards against Washington, which is the worst secondary in the league, 32nd in explosive pass rate allowed, 404 yards against the Giants, who have no talent, blitz a ton, play a ton of man coverage, and then 374 against Philly, who is in comeback mode, basically, and secondary that can be exposed deep and also plays a ton of man coverage. His one dud in between was 189 passing yards on 38 pass attempts against the Carolina Panthers, who play the second highest rate of zone defense in the league at 83.9%. The Seattle Seahawks rank third in zone defense and play around 83.7% zone defense. Beyond that, there are other similarities. Seattle Seahawks are fourth in cover 3 rate. The Panthers are first. So both play base cover 3 defenses. Beyond that, Dak's man versus zone splits have been pretty well documented throughout his career. He historically is not a good anticipatory thrower. He is a see it and throw it type of guy, which tends to play better against man defense. This season against man defense, he's averaging 8.8 yards per attempt. Against zone, 7.7, despite completing more of his passes. So you'd expect that number to be a little bit higher. Dak has only gone over 280 passing yards in 4 games this season. All of them are against man heavy or bad secondaries, while Seattle has allowed just one quarterback to throw for more than 250 passing yards since their secondary got healthy in week 4. That includes holding QBs like Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, well under this number. And on top of this, Seattle run defense has gotten wrecked as of late, allowing 3.5 yards or 5.3 yards per carry over the past 5 games. And there's a chance that Dallas doesn't even skew pass heavy in this spot, considering the better matchup on the run. On the other side, I don't expect Seattle to push Dallas at all, given Geno struggles under pressure and still being banged up and now in a short week. But my second bet, one that I think is a little bit interesting as well, is taking Seattle +9 because, as I mentioned, I think that Dak won't have a stellar day, but I do think that Seattle's able to keep it close here. Dak is going to have to move the ball methodically downfield, avoid mistakes, and instead of just ripping it downfield against man defense. So I don't have an extremely high expectations here for the Seattle offense, given Dallas's ability to pressure and everything, but I do think that they're able to keep it close enough to within 9. I thought this was going to come in closer to 7.5, 8. So I think at 9, it's a pretty solid look. My third and final bet, Tyler Lockett under 51.5 receiving yards. Lockett has struggled against man coverage so far this season, just 0.99 yards per out run and just a 19% target share. Both of those marks are lower than DK Metcalf, lower than Jackson Smith and Jigba. And the Cowboys play one of the highest rates of man coverage as well. And beyond a high rate of man, I mean, this is a very tough matchup against a good Cowboys defense. It gets pressure quickly. So I think Metcalf and JSN see plenty of targets. And if they're not, it's going to be a tough matchup for Lockett to get going. So under 51.5 receiving yards is my last bet there too. And if you like these bets, get all of my official plays at 4for4.com. Get 25% off of a betting subscription using code YouTube, and where I'll release 15 plus player props each week. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel as well. Thanks.